All right, what up, Tycoons? We have Tycoon Leon here, and I specialize in options trading and stock market education to help others achieve financial success. Now, we have earnings this week, and we have a lot of different tickers that we might be interested in. I don't want to like go over each one of these, but I do have some suggestions in the Tycoon Investment Group. If you're interested in joining, you can check the link below. Now, Nvidia, that's a big one this week. Nvidia's on Wednesday. Will Nvidia not move on Monday and Tuesday? And will it just, wait for the Wednesday earnings, or will it run up and, go bullish until its earnings? That's to decide. But in my opinion, I think Nvidia is going to top out, and I think Nvidia is going to drop. The reason being is because expectations are very high. It's not like they're not making money. It's not like they're not making profit and blowing things out of the water. But when you have blown things out of the water so many times, expectations for you are so considerably high that you have to keep making exponential gains in order to keep meeting those expectations. Will they? In my opinion, Nvidia is a lot like Cisco back in the dot-com bubble. It's a lot of similarities. When Cisco came out, it was just around the internet time, and Nvidia is the same thing for AI, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's a bad company. I'm not saying they're not making money. I'm not saying they're not making oodles and oodles of like buku bucks, but we said the same thing about Cisco. That's all I'm saying. So we're gonna look at Nvidia. We're gonna look at let's say Walmart. I like Walmart. We can look at I don't like Lowe's. I don't like the movement on it, but Lowe's is cool. Target. I like Target. Let's look at Target. And okay, cool. So we're going to put in Nvidia and see what we can come up with. Nvidia's already, see there. Nvidia's already down around $3 at 138. In my opinion, Nvidia has topped out. Now, what we can see on the weekly, we have a, uh, you know, higher high right here, all-time high. But we have, if you can see this, we have like a slight bearish divergence right here. All right, so you see that hump, that boom, boom, lower high. Did the same thing over here, um, and it pulled back just a little bit, right? So we're going to see if we can get below this SMA right here at 140, which we already have, and stay below it. That's going to signify if we have a bigger pullback. Same thing happened right here in the overbought range when we had the same kind of setup and we pulled back to the 20 SMA, which is in blue. Okay. So the weekly is showing that we possibly could pull back to the 20 SMA, which is in blue. Now, if we do that, wouldn't that create some sort of head and shoulders with left shoulder, head, ugly head, right shoulder, and then us coming down, or some sort of a bump and run, all right? Where if you look at the bump and run, that's bump, run, and then it usually the bump and run falls below here, and then you'll see a sell-off below this point. Okay. So uh, let's actually pull up what a bump and run looks like. All right, so we have a bump and run here. So as you can see, it made the trend line, the prevailing uptrend right there, and then it just kind of bumped up and went vertical. Once it breaks that trend line right there, then that is what they call the run phase. And then after it breaks that prevailing uptrend line, then there's the sell-off. Okay. So that's like the lead-in trend line right there. And that is, in my opinion, what we possibly have on here. Okay, so we have the lead-in trend line right there. Then we have the bump up right there on NVIDIA. And if you are following, we can possibly come down here, which is 84, and then come back up. Maybe we come down to, well, we don't know how long it's going to take us to come down here. But let's just say we get to between 94 and 94 and 84, something like that, right? And then we bump up and we try to, hit maybe 104, 108 or something like that. And then we sell off. All right. Those aren't exact targets. I'm kind of like estimating with the trend line because it depends on when and how far and how long, how hard we drop. But us looking at that divergence tipped it off. And in my opinion, we haven't had earnings yet. But once again, like I said, if Nvidia has exponential earnings, then we might just keep going up. But I think that at some point we're going to break this trend line on this possible bump and run and head to this lead in trend line and then break that and then break down even more. All right. And another reason why I think it can happen is because nobody thinks it's going to happen. So I don't know any stock in history where people just didn't think that it was going to go down other than Tesla. And at some point, Tesla did pull back. It was after one or two splits, but it did have its correction period. So there is a correction period coming for Nvidia, in my opinion. Um, People might not think it's going to go as low as I think it's going to go, but that would be fundamentally, some people might fundamentally say, nope, it's not going to go that low. I'm more of a technical analyst. So I think that, Nvidia can, possibly get back to like $48, maybe even, $25 in my opinion. So it sounds outrageous, but if we're looking at this from a macro standpoint and it lines up, also, if we didn't even say this, we also have the RSI. Now, I know a lot of people don't trade with indicators, but anything that helps is okay with me. So one of my trading rules is never short a quiet market. We have this box right here that it created, and we can see that it was going sideways while the RSI was going down. So that was a indicator to not short and not go in puts and not short because it's just making room to go back up, which it did, and it went up exponentially right there. All right. So what we're seeing here is lower highs, bearish divergence on the RSI while we create higher highs. This breakdown will tell us what kind of down move we're going to have. And when we look at this right here, we can clearly see that's a bearish divergence right there on the RSI. It's not showing on the stochastic, which is why I have both. All right. But we can see we're going to pull back. In my opinion, the obvious target would be the 50 SMA right here, which is on the weekly around $99. That kind of aligns with me thinking that we're going to get to around 94 to 84. All right. So in my opinion, I don't know what earnings is going to hold for Nvidia, but I think that, and once again, this is not like gambling on earnings. This is the market is going to do what it's going to do, but it's going to have a catalyst at some point. And in my opinion, the catalyst for this downturn could be earnings. It could be. It could just keep going up, and if it keeps going up, we'll reassess. But you have to be bold enough to, put your ideas out there and the probability of it happening, and that's all we can do. So nobody knows really what the market is going to do, but in my opinion, Nvidia is going to pull back. So that is my opinion on Nvidia. We want to pull up another one. Let's go to Walmart. Okay. Walmart, I like Walmart. Walmart is a cool stock. And Walmart has earnings. Yep. So when we look on the weekly, we have the kind of similar same setup. I want to look at something else on the weekly, but I'm gonna go down to the daily real quick. See where we're at. Okay, cool. Um, yeah. So in my opinion, um, yeah, so Walmart, once we get below around, let's say 83.50, I think we tag 81. So I like Walmart, but I don't like stocks that don't move a huge dollar amount on, short term. But in my opinion, I see Walmart coming back to around $83. All right. Now, if they beat earnings, so be it. But I think they come back to around $83. And I think they do that, pretty quickly, in my opinion. Yeah. So I think Walmart's going to come back to around $83. All right. Now, I'm gonna look at the last one, Target, because a lot of these other ones I'm not really interested in. I know they're popular, but I might if I have any suggestions, I'll make another video. But yeah, John Deere, I might like that, but nah. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do Target. I see a lot of other ones that I like them, but I'm not doing any Chinese stocks right now. So, yeah, Target. Okay, let's look at Target. Oh, wrong ticker. Okay, Target. So Target, as you can see, it's had a tumultuous couple of years. It went all the way up in, um, 2020 and 2021, and then came back down. But one thing I do want to point out, as you can see, during the pandemic, Target had an amazing year. All right. Target because they probably were needed, but that's neither here nor there. What can we do for earnings? We're looking at this. Let's look at the daily and see what's going on. We're doing technical, so um we're not going to be too complicated here. All right. So to me, it looks like we're just going sideways on Walmart. I'm sorry, on Target. Looks like we're just going sideways and we're actually not even moving pre-market. Let me go down to the 4 hour and see. If we're going sideways, I wouldn't even touch it because it's not really a true breakout. Let me show you what I mean. Let me see, the eighth. So for around 3 months, we've been going sideways. Let me show you. Boom, boom. That's all we've been doing, sideways. All right. Down, bounce, bounce, top, bounce, bottom, bounce. All right. We've just been going sideways. All right. So that's the actual box that we've been going sideways in. If you're a trader that does, supply and demand, then what you could do, and like I said, we're going to keep it simple. But if you do supply and demand, this is a good stock for you to swing because it's in that range right now where, supply and demand. So you can take this and instead of creating a huge box, put it up here right around, I want to say, yeah, right around here. Yeah, boom. That's your demand zone. All right. I'm sorry, that's your supply zone. All right. And then we create another one right here. That's your demand zone. If that's how you trade. Because every time it goes up in here, comes back down, goes down here, goes back up, goes up in here, comes back down, goes up, couldn't get over the 50 SMA in yellow, came back down, bounced, came back up here, came back down, came back up, couldn't get above the 200 SMA, came back down, came up, couldn't get above the 200 either, again and again, came back down, came up, 200 again, smacking it, came back down and held support at the 50 SMA and went up to the demand zone, or sorry, to the supply zone and came back down. And what's happening right now is support is being held at the 50 SMA. So if we look at the technicals and then we look at some pattern recognition and say that, okay, when we got at this level over here on the 50 SMA on the 4 hour, it bounced. Also, we look at the stochastics, it was oversold, and that is probably what caused us to bounce. To me, this would tell me that we're going to bounce on target. So if I look at this and then I even add in this possible bullish divergence on the stochastics, that tells me calls on target. So if you don't know what a divergence is, this is going down to higher low, lower low, but this is going up, lower low, higher low. All right. And even if you wanted to, you could say that's an inverted head and shoulders on target. Okay. On the stochastics. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. All right. So in my opinion, you know, just being unorthodox here, but once we get above that little uh level on the stochastics as well, it pushes more momentum for bullishness on here. And to me, it looks like Target's probably going to go bullish. So that's what we see, and earnings will decide that. But looks like Target possibly can go bullish. Now, if it goes below the 4 hour 50 SMA, then bears to the demand zone, and then below that, we know we drop. So that's going to be my take on earnings. I don't want to look at any of these other tickers, but yeah, in my opinion, that's what's going to happen on earnings. So happy trading.